It's Monday, November the 29th, King of the Mountain State Show. I'm Chase Hill. I'm here tonight with Garry Roland. He's fought his way all the way to the championship. He's now just one fight away, 5 days from now, from being the first ever heavyweight King of the Mountain State. Garry, thanks for sitting down with me, buddy.
Thanks for having me, Chase.
So tell me a little bit about it, man. This has been a different experience. You know, you fought in different kinds of tournaments and stuff, but this thing's a little bit different than anything else you've been a part of. It's been going on since really all the way back till May. Tell me what it's like being a part of the King of the Mountain State.
Absolutely. Actually, it's been an honor and a privilege, man. I really want to thank you for having me. And it has been different, but I think that's what I like most about it. You get to meet people from all over the state that are there into the same things that you're into. And then you get to see them repeatedly over the next few months. I think like we were talking about before, so I've been in camp for about 7 or 8 months now. And it's gives you a taste of what the pros go through. You know what I mean? Is just constantly training and grinding. And you don't get that with a lot of other amateur tournaments.
So, yeah, that's one thing when we did put it together is a lot of you guys have the talent to go to the pro level and be very successful, but there wasn't a real middle ground. You know, there wasn't the coming out of 1 minute rounds and knowing who your opponent was for 6 weeks and being able to game plan and prepare, knowing when, like we've talked a couple of times, taking a week off after a fight, you still got 6 or 7 to get ready, learning your body and how to prepare as a pro. And I think this is something we're going to see moving forward. You guys become very successful at the next level because of what the tournament's been able to do. Talk a little bit about the competition. I mean, we went and got the best we could find. There was 16 guys, and I think you might have drew the toughest way to the finals. You started off with Gabe Lambert. You ended up fighting the Southpaw Luke Grizzle, who's awesome. Brandon Boggs is probably the biggest guy in the tournament. You've been able to work your way all the way to the championship. Now you got Matt Adams. Talk a little bit about the competition you've seen up to this point.
I mean, hats off to you, man. You picked the best around the state. And I wanted the best competition. I never once wanted to take the easy route to the championship. I wanted the belt, and I don't want anybody to be able to say that I didn't earn it. So, you know, that's kind of where I stand with it. I want to fight the best guys, and I think that out of the tournament, the only one that I would have wanted to fight that I don't get to is Derek Gibson, but everyone else, man, I mean, it hasn't been easy. So
yeah,
it's definitely been a test.
And you've worked your way there. You deserve it. If Matt wins, he was able to get in the ring with Derek. He's earned his spot here. So you guys definitely, I don't think after the fact, a year from now, 2 years from now, anybody's ever going to say you didn't earn this. And when you do the first year, one thing I've seen is we did get the cream of the crop. So next year, going into next year, I hope we can duplicate that from a talent standpoint, but we may look back someday and say, this was the best talent that we had. And you guys, one of you is going to end up winning the whole thing. I know you're training there. You're living in Huntington now. Here we end up in the championship round. It just happens to be in Huntington. Luckily, that plays out that way. You had great support when we did round 2 there. I think they're really going to turn out for you here, knowing that this is the big one. This is the championship. What's it like knowing all the days in the gym, all the weeks you've put together, all the fights you've had, and now you get to do it in Huntington in front of your people?
Oh, man, it means the most to me, honestly. I know they're going to turn out. And I've been thinking here recently, like, if you really want to get a town behind you or your community behind you, just start fighting. I'm telling you, people love it. So I've got a crowd like no other. I love the fact that they support me, and I think it's been great. I've made a lot of friends while I've been doing this tournament, and of course, you know, I've gotten to see. It's actually brought some old friends back. You know, my Marine Corps buddies. And man, it's been something special.
Well, and you know, when we got into this, you and I didn't know each other that well. We got to know each other. Everybody that I was around that knew you talked about what a great person you are. Now, people all across the state have gotten a chance to see you fight and get a little bit of insight as who you are. And it's awesome. We couldn't crown a better guy, whether it's you and Matt. He's got a good heart too. And let's talk about that. Matt's a tough guy. He's a national champion wrestler. He was an MMA guy. He got into this. He's been a little bit too much physically for some of the boxers that's ran up against him to this point. You bring both aspects of fighting to the table. You're the big, strong, heavy. You can be aggressive. You can sit back and box. You bring a little bit of both. Talk to me about the matchup. We're just 5 days away, you and Matt Adams, to be the King of the Mountain State.
Hey, man, it's going to be a dogfight. He's going to be coming for me. I'm going to be going for him. But like you said, here's the thing. I know it's going to be gritty, and that's what I've been preparing for. So, but like you said, I mean, I think I have a little more tools in the tool belt. It's not taking anything away from Matt. Like I said, I know he works hard. I know he's in the gym. I know he's training. But I feel like I've prepared every step of the way to, if I need to box, I can box. If I need to stand in there and get gritty, I can stand in there and go tit for tat. I'm just ready. I mean, I'm ready. I want the belt. I want the championship. I'm not going to hide it. I think, I'm coming for it, man. I'm excited.
I am too. The belt is beautiful. It's green and white. It'll look good with that sweatshirt. I know you're Marshall guy. Tell me a little bit about this. Last thing I got for you. You know, the mind is very powerful, and what you project out usually happens. I know you've played the scenario out in your head. What's it going to be like? You end up victorious. You're that king. You're taking that pictures. That moment you put the belt on, your little girl comes in the ring. What a moment that's going to be, huh?
Absolutely. I picture it all the time. It's one of the things that just keeps replaying in my head. I have to play that out. I mean, it's one of those things. I've put out so much to get here. Everybody will tell you, you know, I'm not the same fighter that I was when I first started fighting. And I think it's going to show. It's really all going to come to a head. There are some things that I've been doing this camp that I haven't been doing the rest of the time because I didn't want to get too burnt out. But now I've been putting in the extra work. Camp just got harder, more physical, more cardio. I've lost a little bit of weight. I started dieting, started really, you know, adding sprints. And I mean, just putting everything I have into it because when I step into the ring, I don't want to ever look back and say, and question that. I don't ever want to question, did I put enough into it? So.
Well, and you and I have talked off camera sometimes about what it's like to finish second. We've all did it. It's not that, you know, you don't get the same gratification out of it as being number one. And I think this might be your opportunity to get it. I'm very proud of you sticking in this tournament, getting in this tournament, the way you've conducted yourself. A lot of guys in the fight game aren't the type of individual that you are. We're lucky to have you. Whether it's you or Matt, both great people, we'll be tickled to death to have one of you guys represent us as our champion. Thank you for everything that you've did up to this point. This is the most excited I've ever been as a promoter in 11 years to sit down and watch a fight. I can't wait. You've been main event, I don't know, 3 times for me already, whatever. And once again, you're going to have that long wait in the dressing room. And when it's showtime, the lights will be a little bit brighter. So I'm proud of you. Thank you for being a part of it. Gary, you got anything else for me before we go?
No, man, I just want to thank you. You put on a great show. Everybody has great things to say about you, man. And I really appreciate the invitation. Like I said, I'm happy to be a part of it, man. I'm really glad I took that opportunity and I'm glad for having me. Thank you so much.
All right, Gary, we're going to load up and head north here in just a couple of days, man. I'll see you Friday. It's going to be a big night. Very proud of you. I'll see you soon.